Hello, Veteran 0-2-1 here, welcome back, and this is another episode of Final Fantasy VI. In this episode, I'm going to give my grades to the characters of the game before I go to the Soul Shrine. So, let me go ahead and talk about Terra. In the world of balance, when you start out with her, she's kind of weak. She starts out weak, but as you can see by endgame, this is my equipment setup, by the way, for the Soul Shrine. Almost have maxed out magic evasion. I mean, 1% is all it's missing, really. So it's pretty much maxed out magic evasion for the most part. And yeah, this character is really good. One of the most powerful characters in the game by the end. Starts out, like I said before, kind of weak in the beginning because she doesn't really have that good equipment. But the best thing about this character is her equipment draw. Best equipment draw in the game. Easily, and you don't even need a marital. I mean, obviously other characters can equip good stuff as well, but they need a marital ward, a lot of them, and I'll go into that later. Alright, next character, Locke. In the world of balance, he starts out, like Terra, pretty weak. The only thing he can do that is useful is steal, but as you've been seeing in the previous episodes, he's a force to be reckoned with a Valiant Knife. If you get the Master Scroll with him, he's even more powerful. So yeah, this character is still amazing. I mean, this character can even equip a Lightbringer. So if you don't, for whatever reason, if you don't want to use the Valiant Knife and you want Locke to have a little bit more evasion and magic evasion, you can set him up with Lightbringers if you want. Equip like a Genji glove on him and attack that way. I personally just like this setup here for where I'm going. I would normally have the Paladin shield on him, but give that to Setzer for the Soul Shrine so he can have it. Because, well, if Locke doesn't absorb HP, then he does more damage with the Valiant Knife. And if he's at lower HP more often, yeah, he'll be more powerful with the Valiant Knife. So, the Valiant Knife is amazing. Really is. Ooh. And then we go to a piss poor shitty character that I don't have any equipment on him, but he stinks. I mean, he really stinks. Okay, what's his best stuff? His best weapon is the Zanmato that you get in the Dragon's Den. Let's see what other kind of crap he can equip. Okay, everybody can equip a Thunder Shield. He can equip heavy armor and a few like exclusives like Red Cap and Green Beret. But other than that, other than maybe the Red Cap and the Green Beret, there's nothing that he can equip that's any good at all. It stinks. So I guess I'll fuck around and give him a Green Beret. As far as his equipment, he can equip Force Armor and the rest of his stuff stinks. This character's terrible. Okay, you can give him Genji armor to help his strength out, I guess. But really where this character stinks is the abilities. I mean, his Bushidos are absolute garbage. He's not good. He kind of starts out okay when you first get him, but once you get past the part at Narsh where you have to fight off Kefka for the Frozen Esper, then it really starts to show how shitty this character is. I mean, he never recovers. He's one of the worst characters in the game for the majority of the game. He's not good. Shadow. The big problem with this character is his availability. He's really only available after the World of Balance. Once you get him, though, he's really good. I mean, you got Interceptor blocking attacks for him. You can throw shurikens and Fuma shurikens, any weapon you have from your inventory. The great thing about, obviously Shadow is you can, with the throw command, you can target the enemies. Unlike Sabin, where if you're using a blitz and it's single targeting, you can't actually control who he attacks. And yeah, I'll get over that. I'll go over that in a second. But Shadow, very good character. Very reliable. I can't complain about Shadow. And then we have Edgar, probably the most versatile physical attacker in the game. This character right here is just flat out amazing with his Dragoon setups. My only knock on him is, well, his defense. With the equips that he has, you'll never max out his defense, but that hardly matters. Put him in the back row, have him jump with a Dragoon setup. He'll be dealing out tons of damage as long as you give him strength bonuses with the right espers. Also, alternatively, this is one of the natural Lightbringer users, so if you want to give him a Lightbringer or two with a Genji glove, then you can. And that'll boost his evasion and magic evasion. Yeah, again, he'll be a force to be reckoned with that setup as well. So yeah, whether it be Dragoon setup or Lightbringer setup, this character is amazing. His tools in the early game in the World of Balance are amazing too, so he's useful the entire game. This character is great. One of the best characters in the game, period. Sabin, on the other hand, well, he is okay until he gets bum rushed, and then he's a little bit better, and then once you start getting ultimate weapons and valiant knives, then bum rush isn't that good. So this character's not horrible, he's just not really good. And the equipment that he has isn't that good either. I mean, what? The best thing he can equip is a red jacket? Really? That's it? Maybe a paladin shield, but everybody can equip that. So that's not really separating himself from anybody else. But yeah, his blitzes are okay as long as you boost up his magic power, of course. But other than that, Sabin isn't that special. Alright, Celes, Terra's alter ego. As you can see, for some reason she has a couple percentages higher magic evasion and evasion than Terra does naturally, for whatever reason. I'm not sure why. But with this setup right here, she has perfect magic evasion. Yep, 128% is the highest. It's a low, well, that's considered maximum right there. If you're anything over that, it's just overkill. Well, yeah, this character is flat out good. I mean, her runic ability is really good in the early parts of the game, all the way up to pretty much the floating continent. And then after that, I would have to say runic is pretty much a waste of an ability. But by then, it really doesn't matter because she's strong enough to deal good magic damage, and her equipment draw is pretty much the same as Terra's, which makes her one of the top tier characters in this game. And I will be using her in the Soul Shrine. Alright, then we got Strago. His lures are pretty good. You know, when you get him, he only comes with one and it's not that good. But once you learn a few lures like Traveler and stuff like that, he's not bad. He's a pretty good character. Good versatility, lots of good abilities. There's not really much I could say other than that. His equipment, I would have to say, would be his only downfall. It's not very good. He can equip like robes and hat that raises magic power, which, well, he's good at magic, so I mean that does help his skill set. But for the most part, like as far as, well, obviously he's not a physical attacker, but yeah, this character, he's a mage type character. He does his job admirably. He's pretty good. This is probably the closest thing to a pure mage in this game. Right here. She starts out with a really, really high magic stat. I mean, as you can see right now, she's got 101 magic. Of course, that's with her. A lot of that is with the equips she has right now, like the Angel Brush. But, yeah, she starts with a really high magic stat, so before long with her equips, it's not hard to get this character's magic up really high. So if you like using attack magic and you get the Soul of Thamasa, this is easily the best character to use with that relic. If you get more Souls of Thamasa, then, well, obviously other characters can make use of that as well, because dual casting is nice. But yeah, not really much to say about her other than Sketch has its uses, but for the most part, it's not very good. Control, again, not very good, so I don't really bother with that one. Alright, then we have Setzer. When you first get him in the World of Balance, he's not really useful. unless you really like his slots, like for me most of the time, seeing Mugu Mugu over and over again and getting a little bit of healing doesn't really make me happy. So I'm not a fan of this character in the World of Balance, and pretty much the entirety of the World of Ruin as well, until you get the fixed dice and the Master Scroll. I'll be getting a second Master Scroll hopefully in the Soul Shrine, so I'll give him that. And that way he and Locke can have Master Scrolls and not have to share the same one. But yeah, the fixed dice Master Scroll combo is amazing. And I'll be using him in the Soul Shrine. But yeah, he went from pretty worthless for the most part to freaking amazing as far as usefulness. So at least he's useful in the end game. But yeah, for the most part, I'm not a big fan of Setzer's skills. His slots are okay if you can get him to work, but most of the time I can't. So there you go. Alright, then we have Mog. Now, most people use him for dances, but to be quite honest with you, I'm not a big fan of his dances. I mean, you probably noticed that I didn't really show off his dances except for Earth Blues when I was playing with him earlier on in the game. But once you get Dragoon Boots and a Dragoon Horn for this character and a Holy Lance or a Radiant Lance, and you get his strength built up, he's pretty damn good. Also, one of the few characters in the game that can have maximum defense, or maxed out defense. Put him in the back row, pretty much invulnerable to physical attacks, normal physical attacks. Obviously, he can still be killed with unblockable attacks, but yeah, force to be reckoned with in the back row. Great with dealing damage with the Dragoon setup. And yeah, this character is definitely top tier. As long as you know how to use them. If you're still using dances at this point, I don't know what to tell you. The dances aren't that good. Alright, then we have Gaw. This character shines in the first half of the game. He is extremely useful all the way up until the floating continent, and then his usefulness kind of tapers off, and the other characters kind of catch up. I mean, he's still good, but I don't know. Rages just aren't really that good in this game. They're okay, some of them are really good, but the later rages that you get, whatever. They're not bad. They're good, but where he shines the most of all is the earlier parts of the game, like the Magitech Research Facility, and pretty much everything from there on until, well, even before that too. Now that I'm thinking about it, yeah, Windslash and the, yeah, I'm not even, I forgot about that. Yeah, Windslash and the Narsh battle is really useful too. So yeah, this character's good. Also, another is the other character that can get maxed out defense with the Snow Scarf. So yeah, he's good. Gogo. What can I say about Gogo? Well, he can do a little bit of everything. His equipment is subpar, and as far as I can remember, I don't think he can equip a Merit Award. Nope, he cannot. So you can't give him, I think in the SNES version you could give him a Merit Award, and then if you give him a Merit Award, you can give him a weapon like a Lightbringer or Ragnarok or whatever. But yeah, you can't do that here, which kind of stinks. But yeah, he was better in the SNES version. Yeah, this character, like I say, he's good at a little bit of everything. He's a master of none, though, and he can't equip Espers. That really, really hurts him. If this character could equip Espers and raise his craptacular stats, then he'd be much better. In fact, he'd be downright godly if he could do that, and that's probably why he can't. Because if you could equip Espers on this guy and boost his stats that way, then he'd be really fucking powerful. As it is, he can do everything a little bit He can do, you know, he can do a lot of things pretty good, but not that great. He can steal just as good as Locke, though. That's one thing that he can do that Locke can do that he's just as good at, because he can also equip a Thief Bracer, potentially, if you want to do that with him, but yeah, this character is pretty good. I like him. Really good in the Coliseum because you can set his commands, like, in other words, you can actually put like 3 fights on him and have him fight in the Coliseum that way, but yeah, you gotta give him better weapons and shit. And abilities. Okay then, here we go. Ugh. This character stinks. This is Umaro. Yeah, he has a permanent snow scarf that you can't equip. You can't give him any headgear. You can't give him a shield. The relics you can give him are exclusive to him. I think. Oh no, I guess you can give him like a whole bunch of crap. Yeah, you can give him a Blizzard Orb, which, yeah, it says equip on a Yeti and see what happens. I guess we'll see what happens. Oh, okay, yeah, Bone Wrist. This is the, what is it? This is the Dragon's Den equip, a relic. And actually, as you can see, it raises up his stats pretty damn good. It raises up his strength, most notably. Wow, 57 to 93. That's actually not too bad. Unfortunately, he still sucks, even with that. So yeah, with this stuff, he's more powerful. But you know what? Just to round off this episode, I don't think I'm going to the Soul Shrine in this episode. But just to round it off, I think I'm going to go to the Coliseum and show him off. Because he's pretty much a one-trick pony, and that's the Coliseum. I mean, you can't control him in battle. You can't do anything with this guy. You can't equip him with anything other than relics, which I guess that Bone Wrist is okay. But, yeah, he's not really that good. There's better options, way better options than this guy. So what do I need more of? Now that I'm thinking about it. You know what? I think I have a gauntlet. I think. Where's my gauntlet? Here we go. I don't need this shit. So yeah, I'll show off Umaro a little bit. Let's see if he can win. Yeah, with the Blizzard Orb equipped, he can do that. And, yeah. Does like some weird belly flop or something. Wow. He's taking a beating now. But yay, the dumb Yeti won, and we get another Thunder Shield. For joy. But yeah, that's Umaro, so you can't say that I didn't show off this fucker. He stinks. He's the worst character in the game. You can't give him Espers to boost his stats, you can't control him. He's terrible. Why would you use this guy? I mean, maybe now he's okay that he has stronger stats with that Bone Wrist. But by the time you get that item, you don't need it. You don't need this guy. I mean, you have better characters, better options. I mean, I don't understand what Squeenix was thinking when they created this guy. Is he a joke? Obviously, he's got to be some kind of a joke or something, because, maybe he's supposed to take after the Berserker job in Final Fantasy V or something. I don't know. But anyways, that's all for this episode of Final Fantasy VI. In the next episode, I will definitely show off the Soul Shrine. I know I keep saying that, but kind of needed to talk about the characters and all that stuff and give my final thoughts on them before I move on with the final stuff of the game.